turbo train. Is it the fastest train that BRIO have ever made? Okay everyone, so this has just arrived, so I'm literally going to unbox it with you now. It's the new BRIO 36003 turbo train. So we've got a sort of sleek, modern train. Can go forwards, can go backwards, and it's got a turbo setting for like an extra boost speed. There's a light strip on the top, so when it's forward it looks like it's white, reverse it looks red, and then when it's turbo time it's blue. We also get included, we get the train, we get a passenger car, and a little play figure. So let's open this up and give it a quick test. Okay, so we've got the new catalogue there, complete with the guide for the batteries. Now, as we take the carriage out, we can see in here we've got the 2023 and it's the CO1021 is the carriage number. Black stripe running across the top, so pretty much the same as the other travel train carriages. Figure out. So play figure here, a female play figure, nice blue shirt with the lightning bolt there, the turbo time lightning bolt, red trousers, always articulating hands. So lift the hands up, you put it in the carriage like that. Get the train out. So here is our train. So you can see that's the turbo button. It'll power on, forwards, backwards. Now it's sort of like a light grey, sort of almost taupe colour. And we've got a white and a darker grey sort of stripe running on it there. 3 wheels, and the back wheel is the larger of the wheels, which is the power one. And then we've got our little battery compartment here to put the batteries in. So as standard, doesn't come with batteries. So we're going to grab some batteries now and we'll give it a quick test. Okay, so usual 3-second power up. Got our white light on there to show that it's on. Forward. Now on forward, that's meant to be normal speed, and that's it reversing. We've got the blinking red light there on the reverse. And press turbo. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I'm going to put it at the top of our hill here. We'll count it. Straight into turbo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 seconds of turbo time. It's pretty quick going backwards as well, actually. I wonder how it compares against some of the other battery trains that we have. Let's have a look at that now. So our most recent battery train is this one, which is the Mighty Gold train. Now, perhaps with the carriage is somewhat of a disadvantage, so let's put that to one side And let's start both of them back here at about the same point and start them off together. So normal speed. 1, 2, 3. Try both reverse. About the same, but say again, the turbo train was slightly quicker. So let's try the two together, and we'll put the turbo train on turbo mode. 1, 2, 3. That's nice and day. Nice and day. Super fast. So, what about pulling power? Okay, so 10 carriages up an incline. And back. Shall we turbo time 10 carriages? Aha! Interesting. Okay, so might have been unfair because I think that back might not have been attached properly. Let's try it again. Yeah, so even with that, it will still pull all 10. Interesting. I wonder how the gold gets on with 10. So it does it. Definitely felt slower though. Now let's compare that against another battery train. This is one that we recently picked up. So again, it is doing it, but it is much slower.
Okay, let's do some more testing then. So let's try some different things at regular speed and turbo speed. So here we're going up some ascending curves. And then going to reverse back down them. Handled with ease. And made short work of it with turbo time switched on. Now coming down and ascending straight into a short curve, no trouble at all at regular speed. And no issues on turbo time either. What about the Skybridge? The Skybridge has a steeper incline than a regular ascending straight. But thanks to the gearing inside, pretty much all battery trains seem to work fine coming down the Skybridge. But turbo time? Again, absolutely fine into a straight. What about turbo time into a tight corner at the bottom of the Skybridge? Yep, no worries, made it easily. No derailments. This is a pre-moulded flat so 90-degree corner, that was fine. Now these two are banked corners, the same arc, 90 degree using the E1s, and again it made those okay at regular speed and fine at turbo as well. This one is a decline banked. Now the train actually angles as it comes down. You can see there's quite a bit of weight there, we don't have the proper support in the middle. But going up, it has an issue. And at regular speed, pulling a wagon, it loses purchase trying to get up it. I'm trying to give it a little nudge just to see whether it can make it. but it gets part way up, and as you see, the weight of the train tips it off of the banked curve. Now this was trying out some of the older pieces, so the Sydney bridges. The older Sydney bridge had a bar quite low down, so we wanted to see if it would fit through. As you see here, coming steaming through, it just clears. However, the original small tunnel has an issue. The wagon appears to get stuck. Now the train will go through the tunnel on its own, but when it has the wagon attached, it seems to get stuck. So we thought we'd try a alternative wagon to see whether it's just the new turbo train wagon that has the problem, or whether it's all travel trains. And as you can see, it goes straight through the original. This is the original small tunnel, not the taller tunnel that they released later on. And putting the two side by side, you can see, it's hard to tell, but it is fractionally bigger. So we think that is the reason why the train gets stuck trying to go through the tunnel. Now, this is the gold mine. We thought, as it didn't easily do the small tunnel, we wanted to try it with this ascending tunnel, but this one works absolutely fine on a straight. We did have issues with it on a corner. This is an old bridge, you can see there with those wooden dowlings, similar to the Sydney bridge. These dowlings are quite low, and actually with this train it hits the turbo time button, so as you drive into it, it actually activates the button. Now, Autostop. Some of the older battery trains had a little button underneath them. The turbo train does not have that. That would be pressed and that would stop the train as it went over the raised red piece. I'll show you here on the Mighty Gold that has the button there, so that when this one runs across, when that switches up, it stops. When we throw the switch, it then continues. So the turbo train does not have that. Then lastly, we thought we'd just put it on a tight E1 circle at regular speed, then at turbo, just to see whether we had any derailments, because these smaller curves are common for derailments. So we had some issues with the wagon, but the actual train itself worked fine. Interestingly, there you see we did 2 lots of turbo time, one after the other, without issue. However, the same could not be said for reversing the train around the tight bends, where the driving wheels are at the back rather than having those little wheels at the front. Cause problems every time. So that's it. That is our turbo train review. Initial first impressions. Let us know if you've got any questions and we'll do a follow-up video. We're looking forward to trying this out on a track very soon. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss that.